Back in my day, that was an appropriate way to say hello to somebody. It was comedic, even. Honestly, it was comedic for like 10 minutes. 10 minutes in 1990s time. And then it was the most obnoxious thing ever. They spoofed it in Scary Movie, and I think it's hilarious. It's clearly, but hey, boss Tweezy, I know it's been a couple days and it's been weeks. When was the last time I live streamed? I can look. I'll look later, but I haven't been live streaming because I have been roller skating around DC. No, I haven't been roller skating. I have been inline roller skating around DC. And when I got home, what did I do? I think I streamed video games one time and then I had to stop. Nope. Oh yeah, I went to an anime convention. Last weekend I went to Otakon and I got some videos there. It was fun. I was hanging out. I tried to go live, but I couldn't go live. The the Wi-Fi didn't work inside. My signal, I didn't even get a signal on my phone. So I'm inside and I can't even get a signal on my phone. I brought my mic and everything. I saw some people there, they're like just recording. So I was like, I could use it to get some videos if I was getting talking videos. I ended up just getting dancing videos. Well, anyway, there are two things I wanted to talk about. First, I want to talk about jam skating versus rhythm skating and talk about specifically what's the difference between jam skating and rhythm skating. I looked at my old video, what's the difference between jam skating and rhythm skating, and I honestly have to say it is due for a remaster. There's some there's some things that I've learned about roller skating and roller skating history, and I've also developed the way that I describe what rhythm skating is. There's also been some development since 2020, since during the 2020 boom, it was like a new piece of roller skating history was written. It's been about 5 years since that piece of roller skating history was written. And now the people who wrote that history, they're now, they're older people in the skate game. I wouldn't say they're OGs. It'd be a quick OG turnaround, but they're not newbies anymore. So what have they done? And then how has the 2020 boom affected different terms as well as what skate styles have developed since then? So I think it's great to look at what's changed in jam skating and rhythm skating since then, because this is going to affect the meaning of the words, and it's also going to affect how these words have changed over time. Spoiler alert, rhythm skating is pretty much the same thing, because rhythm skating rhythm skating has always been a social movement. There isn't there are some codified organizations for rhythm skating, but the history even is hearsay and it's communicated verbally many times. So there are written tomes, and there are more videos now and more historians. There's different museums. However, for the most part, every single rhythm skating style starts with a range of dates. So it's like it's a different kind of art than jam skating, which when jam skating became an actual roller skating style outside of a vague terminology that's getting practiced in the rink, it gets started as jam skating competitions, because jam skating is basically rexing or shuffle skating. So rexing and shuffle skating is pretty much the same everywhere in the United States to this day. If you walk into a shuffle skating rink, they're hitting the same moves they was hitting in that shuffle skating rink back in my day. And they're hitting the same moves that they're hitting in the shuffle skating rink in Iowa that they're hitting in Florida, that they're hitting in Texas, that they're hitting in California, as opposed to there's different roller skating styles where if you go down to Georgia or Atlanta in a rhythm skating rink, more people are going to be skating the ATL style. But if you go anywhere else in the United States, people are not going to be skating like that. Nowhere. And then it even affects how people feel about the styles and how they're expressed. Like in New York roller skating is the most highly revered roller skating style. It is the most highly practiced roller skating style. In fact, I haven't been to New York in years, but I'm confident they don't snap in New York the way that people snap in the DMV, as opposed to having parts where the DJ plays music that encourages people to snap, or plays music that, or even has special times in the session to have people snap. They have special times in the session to have people do New York stuff. So there's a special trains and trios time. And if we look at trains and trios, the way that they're done during a special trains and trio set, and even inside of a session, it's difficult to have trains and trios inside of snap sessions. Because snap sessions are more linear. Trains and trios, there's a flow and a movement to it. So on a preference level and then on a logistics level, I'm confident they are not snapping in New York the way that they're snapping in the DMV. Because when they say this is Snap City, I've said this before and I will say this again. They only snap. There are 4 snappers that think they're Chicago guys. They know who they are. I'm talking to you, Red. Red is the only snapper that's a regular Chicago guy, but he spent a lot of. I'm going to stop this. This is getting inflammatory for no reason. I'm not calling anybody out. There's a lot of great JB skaters in the DMV area, but let me be honest, there's not a lot of JB skaters in the DMV area. I actually haven't seen one since Red started skating in Maryland. Like, and this isn't because there are people who are skating JB in Snap City that aren't skilled. They are snapping. Right now, what time is it? 6 o'clock. They're snapping at Anacostia right now. I swear. If we get on Google Maps, they're going to be snapping at Anacostia. They're snapping at Isaiah Skate House 58. But that's the big difference. Well, the second thing about jam skating is jam skating gets adopted by the skaters in 2020. Because jam skating gets adopted as a term, it becomes an even more widespread term. So it gets ingrained in the market, but the name also starts to apply to more than the competition style or the groundwork heavy style. I'm going to get into that a little bit later. That was an extended intro. The second part of the stream, 80,000 is the new broke. There's a video of a woman saying $80,000 is not enough to date her. And I think it is hilarious. I can't even find it. And the second thing is I typed that in super duper fast. I mean, there's 50,000 salary isn't enough to date a woman. We could come and see this immediately. 50,000 salary isn't enough. But when I heard about 80 not being enough, let's watch 50 real quick. Let's get this out the way so that I can do jam skating versus rhythm skating. I might need to move my phone. No, 15%. Or should I just do? Nope. I'm not going to question myself. Honestly, I can't even find the other clip. I didn't even want to do the other one because I can't find the clip. So I'm just going to go with the clip I have and then get started instead of like dragging us around. Mm.
If you're making
Oh, I switched over. No, it switched because there it is.
making $50,000, don't date.
Ooh.
I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Mm.
Again, I'm with you when
You're
you're
not ready to
right.
date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs.
Okay.
You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually,
22
Shorty
walks
is gonna
in
need
the
a sip
park.
of something. She gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play.
What happened to wanting to be with
$50,000. When was this video published? I want to see when this video was published so we can talk about the inflation. I can't even find it. If I go to her page, maybe. Let's say this was published a couple years ago. So in 2024, $50,000. And when I tell you, I'm going to tell you some math about my life. I spent 7 years in Asia. There were years in Asia I was working with a company, and there were years in Asia I was freelancing. On some of the years in Asia that I was freelancing, I probably made like $10,000 to $12,000 a year. For 7 years in Asia, I made between 7,000 and 12,000 American dollars a year. Let me do the calculation on. Nope, there was 24 that one. Okay, 24 that one. The years I was freelancing, I was making 7 to 12. When I was working in a company, it was 20 to like 24 to like 30. To be very real. 7 years. Making $50,000 in the United States was wild for me. I remember it because I was not eating the same. I was not buying clothing the same. I wasn't going to no doctors. There was a many at-home surgeries. There's a many at-home recuperations. A many at-home therapies, physical therapy at home. Many wild situations. So the day I came home and I was like, hey, yo, I have an apartment. You get an apartment, you save it for retirement. You could probably go out to eat every once in a while. You can do your thing. Because at the end of the day, if you can real life make $50,000, handle your needs in life and be content, that's a feeling that money can't buy. That's a feeling that needing hundreds of thousands of dollars to cover your minimum every single month cannot buy. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not telling anybody not to do nothing. And the reality is, most of the world makes $10,000. Let me see this. Let's do the actual math, so it's not just Dumb Beezy head candy on this one. Maybe Dumb Beezy's been pulling this out of his behind this whole time. Okay, I might get hit in the face with this. Maybe it was just TikTok Kenny. Oops. I said it too high. 18,000 per year. I said it too low. The average person in the entire world makes around 18,000 a year. With the average income being around 16,000 euros. Okay, 23,000 by some accounts. $23,000 a year. I'm going to say it all at once. You can't even see me. I'm sitting here talking all this act. But I can say it all again because y'all ain't even see me. Scrolling. And before anybody say anything, this ain't me telling you not to live up to your potential, because that's what people go say. The first thing, like, oh man, you tell me. No, like, I want to just think about it. Think about this. The average global income is difficult to pinpoint exactly, but one estimate suggests an average of $14,080 per month in purchasing power parity dollars, which adjusts to cost of living differences between countries. This translates to roughly $18,000 per year. That's up there. A report by the World Inequality Database indicates global income in 2021 was 86 trillion, approximately 122 trillion, with average income per adult being 16,700 euros, approximately $23,380. However, this average is significantly impacted by the wealth held by a small percentage of the population. Wrong cam. So when I say everything from here going forward, I have to be honest, real about what making even $50,000 in the United States means. That means that you make 2 times as much as the average person in the world. And this is drawn up by your inflated salary. So before you can speak ill of some person's salary, speaking ill of a person's salary that is a reality of 50,000 American dollars it's not something that I would personally do. Not as a person that understands what that means. The second thing, we got to find this video. The second thing, I can finish this while I'm looking for the video. I think we need to decenter the idea that it's an opportunity to spend the excess of that money on another person. We have to debunk it. Because I think there is entirely too much media where people will try to downplay somebody's ability to hand another person's a large amount of wealth. But we never really ask, why would you pay so much for anything? The reality that more than $50,000 American is a extremely large amount of money. The real reality. Let's stop the games. Let's stop what your lifestyle is, how much it costs to do things for you. Would you want to spend that money on somebody under this context? That's what I started thinking.
$100,000. Now,
Okay.
$400,000.
Let's find it. It's inside of this video. It's hard to find in the other video. I want to come straight to her clip. Oh, it's at the very beginning.
If a man came along, let's say y'all both make $500K.
No, you can't even see
He's
it. No, not like this. Not cover the boy up, but it's just.
making $70K. He got a business plan. He got a vision. He's working towards that day in and day out. And you would have to look up at him on all the intangible. Does he get a chance?
No. I would rather be single. This is the thing.
Why?
Let me
You
tell
got
you
it.
why. I have gotten to a certain point because I've built to a certain point. I am disciplined in everything. I'm disciplined in relationship with God, in my emotions, in my mentality, in my energy, in my body, and how I eat. I am very disciplined. And so I would expect that a man is the same thing. Because when you're disciplined, whatever you do the most is what compounds in your life. Why would I not give a shot to a person that makes $70,000 a year? I could put you on. Hell, I could even hire you. Come on, let's work together. We could do all of that. But as far as my man, because this is the thing, I refuse to give into a life where I start to feel like I can't have it all.
Oh.
That's
I
where
don't
the
believe that.
insatiableness and the gluttony, because if you already have it all, why?
Exactly.
Boom. I want to say this right now. As a part of the guys that make $70,000 a year, we're not lining up to spend that money on you, girl. You got it, man. Like, I ain't gonna get into it, but it's like, I just think discourse like this, I feel like we got to stop listening to people that make millions of dollars about dating advice. Because what I don't understand, why are there so many people online sharing this point? 70,000? 70,000 up from 50,000? $80,000 the new broke? When do we start looking at the numbers and start thinking about our life versus the amount of time that we work versus the amount of things that we spend it on? When do you realize you're gonna work 20,000 hours? Something else I started thinking about, so people don't think I'm hating. I actually really like what she's saying, but I don't think it's a bad thing to date inside of your tax bracket. I think it's a really bad idea to start trying to compete with somebody's expectation of what people spend when you ain't never seen that much money in your life. And I'm very confident that that's the majority of people. And I don't know, man. I think it's terrible motivation. And I have never heard somebody make a lot of money that actually succeeded that said they wanted to make a lot of money to fund their significant other's lifestyle. There was just, they never had it for a very long time. So people come out here and they want to come throw shots at all these people. And it's not just men that make $70,000. Like, yo, there's a lot of women that make $70,000. Like, I don't know. I saw this clip, and for the first time, for a long time, I used to look at clips like this and I used to think about the context. But then I said, look at her face. Why is she so mad? Look at the clench in her jaw. Y'all got to see her hand. I'm not saying it's a problem for her to have these emotions. I am saying why. If it's just dudes that make 80K, I don't know. I just always cue in on these because every time there's a video like these, they always say teachers. I'm like, guys, we already got to watch everybody kids. Why we got to get Disto podcast every single day? Like, bro, honestly, and to be real, there's jobs that aren't teaching that don't pay that. There. Have you ever been on Indeed? Do you want to get on Indeed right now? Project managers. I know project managers ain't making. I remember being inside of Asia, making $7,000 a year, bro. I used to make $7,000 a year. There's a piece of me that can't even listen to this. Like, yo, I'm not even going to listen to you tear this down. No. It's enough money somewhere. Like, what is it doing to your life? Anyway, jam skating versus rhythm skating. I needed a warm up. I didn't need a warm up. That was actually a part of the stream. I wrote that in the title. Jam skating versus rhythm skating. Dun Beezy's locked in. Jam skating versus rhythm skating. Dun Beezy's locked in. Jam skating versus these are not rhythm skates. And these are rhythm skates. Jam skating versus rhythm skating. TLDR. The roller skating rink is more segregated than any other place in America. In fact, the roller skating rink is one of the only places that is still segregated. There are two types of skate nights at most rinks. Adult nights and shuffle nights. It's been like that since the beginning of time. And that is the difference between jam skating and rhythm skating. That's it. Pure cinema. That's all I needed. Video over. Let me break this down. So today I'm going to describe this in a couple of different ways. First, we're going to talk about the culture. Then we're going to talk about the equipment. And then I want to look at some videos of jam skating and rhythm skating so we can get a visual of everything that I'm saying. Let's get it in. Step one, culture. I started off with the exaggeration that they're segregated. However, every joke has a little bit of truth. That's because shuffle nights and adult nights are two popular nights at skating rinks, and they do attract two different crowds. It's time to get into the footage already. Let's take a look at an adult night. Oh, stream just got taken down because I played that clip. So that's up to Skate Life. So boom. First thing I want you to notice about Adult Night, it is a straight up party.
Damn, son,
Heck.
where'd you find this?
Excuse me. There are some people with routines, but people aren't competing back and forth with routines. So once again, we see people doing routines, but they're not competing with each other with routines. I want everybody to check out the outfits. I remember when I was growing up, I used to see people get dressed for Adult Night. Like, where are y'all going?
Shoes. No, Mom.
Hey. Hey. There's a big emphasis on footwork as well as moves around the ring. We have a group of skaters skating on the inside of this black line, and then the people on the outside are skating much faster. This is the Golden Glide. This is old school Golden Glide. I grew up in here. Man, I remember that dude. Wait. This dude right here. It's one of the floor guards. Maybe I'm sure I'm lying. I'm talking about I recognize this dude. This video grainier than a mug. Hey. He's got the Kanye glasses on. So everybody here is styling and profiling. So right beside Adult Night is the good old-fashioned family night. I was gonna play this. I forgot I put copyrighted music in it. I can still play it. So this is the family night. So we're out here at a public park. We got the DJ. Snap City, y'all. So people of all ages coming out to skate together. If you notice, there are no strollers on the roller skating rink. I want you to notice how he skates for a second. He's a child, and notice the moves that he's doing. He's hitting like extensions. He's trying to do his ankle breaks, his drop and spin. So boom. When it comes to rhythm skating, we have our adult nights and then we have our family nights. In addition to adult nights and family nights, we also have this on the national level where the parties are just bigger. Basically, everybody come together, we put on our favorite song, and we dance around the ring. This is contextualized from city to city because as you go around the United States, different sections of the African American diaspora have their own distinctive music styles. For example, if we go up to Chicago, we have 3 seconds to type it in the chat. Who can type what we got in the chat? What's the skate style in Chicago? I said 3 seconds. JB Music, and it's the JB skate style. So JB Music is a homegrown style of music, and the JB Music affects their footwork. In fact, if you want an example of JB Music, I play JB Music when I'm watching videos on stream. Well, if you go out to California, there's different music styles that get popular in California. For example, there was a time when New Jack was very popular, so they had the wild moves. But now there's a lot of West Coast music, like the Ice Cube and the Snoop Dogs. I know there's newer artists, but anyway, the gangster rap. They're doing the gangster rap. So that affects their skating. You see the footwork inside of a lot of the California skating. And then they have their own unique twist on everything. Like they got their sliders. Well, if you go over to New York, in New York, house music's more popular. They're listening to quicker music, so there's quicker footworks and turns. And that can be seen in their different routines, like the trains and the trios, as well as the circle in the middle of the ring. Because the music's so fast and it gives itself to so many turns and sways, it's easier and you get an opportunity to do more turns in a smaller space. Additionally, in New York, their style had to develop in a smaller space. Like a lot of the major rinks inside of New York are really small. Like hot skates is tiny, but even inside of hot skates, they're still swinging each other. And this is all connected back to the music. Well, the way this works culturally while people are growing up is, people go to the skating rink when they're young. There'll be church nights at the rink or nights at the school. When we look at the evolution of skating, I have a copy right over there. Will I get up and get it? I'm moaning and groaning. When we look inside of the evolution of skating, a lot of people's roller skating stories start with a trip with their family or with the school or with the church. Boom, 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 boom. I know Ken of Purdue, he started at the Salvation Army. So roller skating is intertwined in the culture. And then there are people in our lives and inside of our communities who begin to adopt roller skating. So when roller skating came back in 2020, a lot of people started to reach out to me because roller skating got popular and they all remembered that I was roller skating. Well, on the other side, on shuffle nights, it's a little bit different. Let's check out a shuffle night. Astro Skate World Shuffle Night. Hey. Ho. Hit the sway. Hey. Do the crossover. This is called trucking. It's called trucking in some places, but some people call it toe jamming or shuffling. Let's take a look at their skates. I think the young lady in the Tuskegee sweater, I think those are derby skates if I'm not mistaken. We have a lot of speed skates that looks like a 395. Is that a custom? Oh, she fell off the train. Oh. Oh. Everybody got the speed skates on. Something to notice, everybody's skating around the outside. There's not a whole lot of action going on in the middle right now, at least. Oh, we got a swag boy on the outside. Okay. Got the vanilla tuxedos on. This is probably the most complicated footwork we've seen. One thing I do notice is that this is a lot faster. They are flying. Oh. So boom, we got our people pretty much speed skating on the outside. We got our people that just came to the rink trying to survive. Let's look at another shuffle night. Okay, and now we're beginning to see some of the roots of the jam skating. So at Shuffle Night, jam skating is what happens in the middle. The cool part about the modern age is there's a big mix of jam skating and rhythm skaters. So there's a more of a flavor inside of these. Let's check out our young skaters and how they skate in this circle. One thing to notice about jam skating footwork is there's a lot of V-walks because the wheels are fatter. It's easier to do V-walks as opposed to curves. Okay, you better get them, Auntie. Oh, hey. So this young man is jam skating. He's not trying to hit rhythm skating moves. He's not like hitting extensions. Okay, Gramps let him know. Oh, young bro leading. Okay, I want y'all to look at something really quickly. Do y'all see this thing on the back wall? I want you to pay attention to where we are. Sparkles. Which Sparkles is this, though? I'm hopeful that this is the one in Georgia. Now I have to comment. Wish I was there. It was always a good time. I went skating for the first time. Skipping it. Cool story, bro. Let's check out Instagram. I can illuminate this point on Instagram. So I can prove once and for all that roller skating is in fact segregated. Sparkles is going to change everything after they hear I said this. Sparkles throws. Yep. This is Sparkles. We can see the wall. If it's Sparkles Smyrna, we'll see it on the wall. This is how I used to skate at the Golden Glide. Like, where did you learn that, man? Let's just assume it's Sparkles Smyrna. Let's look for another pattern and looks for other similarities in the ring, because looking at it off this wall, so the Memorial Sunday skate is an adult skate. Sparkle Smyrna, family skate Saturdays. Got your gospel nights. Are they having any shuffle nights? We done came all the way around the MLK Day. I ain't seen a single shuffle night. Oh, yep, that's where Usher was. There might be Sparkles Hiram. Sparkles of Gwinnett. Straight out of G Code. Okay, Independence Day. What type of skate is this? Just an Independence Day skate. This was the one thing I didn't think about looking up. And I don't understand why I'm here if it's the one thing I didn't think about looking up. I was so confident I was going to look it up and see it the first time. Shuffle night roller skating typically refers to a social skating event where participants focus on shuffle skating, a style of skating characterized by rhythmic footwork and a flowing, connected movement. I mean, I guess y'all can kind of look at the videos and tell there's a difference in demographic from when they're talking about adult night and shuffle night. I don't have to go to the Sparkles page and find a flyer that says shuffle night for y'all to kind of see the difference in demographic, I guess, because this is different than the shuffle video we was just watching. The whole vibe is different. They post a shuffle skates. Looking for some images. Jam skate. Okay, here we go. We got jam skate, adult night shuffle skate. Okay, we're trying to get everybody in here. We got a shuffle skate, summer shuffle skate night for United Skates. Let's see who their demographic is. Okay. Bro them. Okay, you got another face on the page, all right. I'm starting to notice a pattern. Let's click on an adult night flyer. This is completely live. I didn't even look at these links first. I could be wrong. Okay, let's see if we can find them. Let's click on a link. Look on a random adult night flyer and see who's there. Shuffle Skate Saturday. The Neville Roller Dome. If they talk about a roller dome, they playing roller derby. Okay, Steel City Shuffle Night. Okay, boom, Shuffle Night. Boom, representing strong for Shuffle Night. Okay, let's see. Adult night roller skating. Ooh. Adult night skate Wednesdays. Don't y'all find that suspicious? Okay. Don't you find this suspicious? Cascade. Hitting the same moves that Young Bro was hitting. So that we can see the connection. Did I need to go through? I'm looking at some of the clips that I went through. Why did you do that? Why did I have to do that? So boom, that's the big cultural difference. Now, let's talk the equipment differences. You're going to hear me say this over and over again. Jam skating is optimized for breakdancing, and rhythm skating is optimized for dancing on the outside of the ring. This is expressed inside of the skates that we use as well. Rhythm skates, high cut boot. Jam skates, low cut boot. Rhythm skates, small hard wheels. Jam skates, fat wide wheels. Rhythm skates are placed for going from around a 10 to a 45-degree angle. Jam skates, depending on your preference, you can go from about a 5 to a 45-degree angle, but most jam skaters use around a 5 to a 15-degree kingpin angle on their jam skating plates. I'm saying 5 specifically because I'm saying 5 degrees specifically because the kingpin on the vanilla Gorilla plate is 5 degrees. The vanilla Gorilla plate is one of the most used plates among jam skaters because many jam skaters use vanilla skates. Well, the connection to the culture comes in how the different skate styles connect to the different cultures. In the adult and shuffle world, people are shuffle skating and the big focus is speed. Even if people aren't going to do a whole bunch of moves, people at shuffle night like to go fast. And the shuffle that they do helps them go fast. This is aided with the skates that they use. It's also aesthetic. I've noticed in shuffle, rexing, and toe jamming communities, people prefer the speed skate low ankle cut boot as opposed to in the rhythm skating world, you got to get a high cut boot. There's a point in time where somebody's going to walk up and talk to you about it. Well, boom. The lower cut ankle boot, as well as the fatter wheels, helps jam skaters do groundwork better because the contact surface is better. Additionally, their ankle moves in a way that helps them connect those outside wheels. It's really impressed being able to do the grounded flares in like an OG boot because the boot's so large and it takes that little piece of ankle flexibility to roll around the outside. Well, boom. Toe stops. When it comes to jam skates, we're going to be using jam plugs, as the name suggests. Sometimes people will speed skate with toe stops. However, most people who are doing the dance of jam skating are trying to hit the ground. There's one piece of jam skating I forgot. I forgot to say this. The thing I forgot to say in my last video, actually, let me be more specific. There's a distinction that I need to make between jam skating and rhythm skating. One of the biggest differences between jam skating and rhythm skating is one of the core components of jam skating is competition. One of the core components of jam skating is competition. Some of the largest jam skating events of the years are competitions. The National Jam Skating League is a competition. The birth of jam skating is the birth of the jam skating competition. Back in the 2000s, people started to notice that there was a general skate style that was getting popular. There were different names that it was going by. So people decided to say, you know what, let's run with jam skating. And they started things like the United Jam Skating Team Association to sanction events. That's because the people behind jam skating are the same people behind artistic skating. So how do artistic skaters organize? In competitions. So they're organizing competition and they're building different teams and marketing vehicles around this new type of roller skating. And now when we get on roller skating sites, we click in and we look for jam skates. One of the things that has changed about jam skating since the early 2000s is to step away from competitions. Back in the day, there were floor shows. So people would use a mixture of the trucking and the shuffle style with the jam and the breakdancing focus in the middle. And this would come together and this would create the shows. Alternatively, rhythm skating is for the vibes. A couple of years ago, USA Roller Sports created Culture Roll. And Culture Roll is a sanctioned rhythm skating competition. Let's look at the Culture Road site so you can get an idea what I'm talking about. I'm so serious about rhythm skating being for the vibes. USA Roller Sports is the sanctioning body for many roller skating sports. Reject all. The Culture Road is a unique sport deeply rooted in tradition. Established in 2021 by Reggie Premier Brown and Darius DeBree Stroud, Culture Road prides itself on being the future of roller skating. Embedded in the African American community and respected globally, this sport, it's a sport, is made up of different skate styles all over the US. Each style has its own unique style, history, and creators. And so as we're coming down, they're going through and they're talking about each style. ATL style, Detroit style, fast backwards, G-slide, whoa, jamming, New York, New Jersey, JB, slow walk, snapping, the only style that matters. I'm having some trouble with the site. Let me back up a little bit. I like the way they break this down. Snapping is popular in the regions of DC and Maryland. Although it is actually originally a solo skater style, it is common that skaters get support from a partner for the moves. This enables spectacular strides of the active skater. Style core moves are full, half, T-bone, snapback breakdown, hurricane, eagle spread, skywalker jump, one leg, and double pump. I like the way that they wrote those down. Striding. Now I got to read all of these. Something I want to point out is these are the styles that I generally put on the style skating map. And as you notice, every style isn't mentioned. A couple of months ago, I had a member of the fam. They commented that I missed Philly Bop. According to the Culture Road site, fast backwards in Philadelphia and South Jersey are the origins of fast backwards. The skaters going backwards getting the push from dynamic scissor strides. Linked arms with the skaters in the front and in the back allows very fast skating along the sidewall. Boom. Fast backwards is the only roller skating style that originated from Philadelphia. It is the recognized roller skating style in Philadelphia. I'm in the middle of I'm starting a Facebook argument right now. No disrespect to nobody, but we run the outside. No disrespect to nobody, but we run the outside. This post intrigued me. These skaters intrigue me. Not snapping. Where's the rest of it? I saw this post with a much more in-depth caption. No. I'm yelling no because I know this is about to go off. Here it is. The Philly slow bop going worldwide. The Philly slow bop going worldwide. A lot of times when I'm talking about rhythm skating styles, people say that I left their style out. What I'm referring to many times is the major styles that are accepted by major governing bodies like the culture roll, as well as the different roller skating styles that people established up to around, let's say about 2010. There's a couple of styles on here that came out and became more popular after that, but pretty much I'm clicking everywhere because I don't know where I'm going. These are pretty much the classic foundational styles of rhythm skating, and we're going to talk about these a little bit later. There is, as you can see, Culture Roll was formed in 2021. I spoke to a skater a couple of weeks ago. They asked me if there was a formal rhythm skating competition. They didn't know about Culture Roll. There's been a couple of competitions, and there's been select skaters selected to come and compete at the competitions, but they're not open and highly publicized. Finally, it's only been a competition for 4 years, meaning that rhythm skaters don't generally come together to compete. There are some skating competitions locally, but when rhythm skaters coming together, we're coming together for the weekend to party. They might do a battle on Saturday night in the middle, and then everybody who there point, but nobody about to get a prize. Like, I've seen stuff like that. This is on the side of rigid and organized competition. There's always a winner. There is always a loser. There's different heats. So boom. So what happens is rhythm skating and jam skating, they get popular from what people see on the media. When people see roller skating, oftentimes I get the sense that they imagine it's a little bit like You Got Served on skates. We all love the skates, so we come out, put our skates on, dance, and compete. It's not quite like that in the rhythm skating world. However, it is pretty much like that in the jam skating world. And so in the modern jam skating world, we get things like the National Jam Skating League. The thing about the National Jam Skating League is it's become the place for jam skaters and rhythm skaters to compete. So we have some skaters that come out and they compete in the traditional jam skating setups. And then we have people that come out here and they compete in their rhythm skating setups. The thing about the rhythm skaters is, for the most part, they are rhythm skating. He's just dancing. So his round is going to be more dance-like, while his round is going to be groundwork breakdancing. I think he just switched. Those don't look like jam skates. I was clicking over to this dude. See if he's going to hit the ground. Let's see if I'm right. One thing I do notice is a lot of V-walking. So he didn't hit the ground. Let's see if he's going to hit the ground. Do. Now jam skating is getting more footwork because all of the rhythm skaters are there. Okay. I just noticed how much more energy he has when it's time to break dance. I think it's clear from this part of his round that he's much more comfortable breakdancing than he is skating straight up. This is the same footwork from the beginning of his set. So we got 5 more seconds. Okay, what are you gonna do with him? He gonna hit a breakdance move. Man, he should have hit a freeze. So when they coming together, it's a straight up, hey, bruh, meet me in the center of the rink. We're going to have this out. It's me versus you, and you better bring your best moves, sucker. Hoo, yeah, that was clean. Ooh, hey, that was still clean. He got that back. Let him know. Let him know. Ha! His wheels knew. I can tell. Wrong one. Contrast this to adult night where everybody's just skating and dancing together. And then look at just the scene that we're in, where everybody's standing in the middle of the ring watching the show. Then, in addition to these, they have their different challenge battles, but also their different team competitions. Can't even get to it. Look at all these dance battles. It's battles. You got served. You're getting served. You're getting served. Somebody's getting served. That's what they promise in every video. They promise that somebody is going to get served. So we have our different categories. Girls 17 and under. I noticed that I'm only looking at the men's 18 plus videos. Then we have the teams, the rink ladies versus the big dogs. So our women's team battles. We have people doing their own showcases. What I want you to notice, or something that I noticed, is in the past, people did their showcases on the entire ring. So if we look at the old Tony Zane clips or this VOW clip here, they're going to skate around the whole ring. Trucking was a much larger part of it. Let's watch them get this one time. Ho, this is what I used to do with the glide. Ha, ha, hoo, ah, yeah, woo. Now, the large portion of the competition is sitting here in the middle. I think this is because of the TikTok age, though. Back in the day, it wasn't as important to make sure all of your videos were 9x16 friendly. So boom. Now that we had an opportunity to break down how it works culturally, I want to go through the styles and look at some videos that I collected from each style, and then even look at a little bit of jam skating vocabulary so we can see the gambit of moves, and then I'm going to give my final word and get up on out of here. I'm ordering takeout tonight. What should I order for takeout? The thing is, I'm talking about ordering takeout. I'm talking about yes, sir. I'm talking about ordering takeout. I got all the ingredients to make nachos, and I even got the guacamole made. All I would need to do, all I need to do is make the ground beef. In real life, that takeout gonna take 45 minutes to get here. I'm to the point with takeout because of the markup on the app, and then let me say it all at once. Because of the additional cost to the restaurant, that means that they make everything on the app $1 to $2 more. Then the cost of the delivery plus the fees plus the tip afterwards. Takeout be like $15 of food for $30. It's officially into, when I factor in the time that I'm actually waiting for this, I could cook. The thing that gets me about cooking is I have a revolving door of dishes. I am always washing dishes. I will wash dishes. Everything will be clean. Lunch will happen. And then after lunch, I look over, oh my, you have dishes again. This is crazy. Anyway, I'll think about it. First style. Oh, yeah. Quick history of rhythm skating first. I gave it earlier. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. In my first video about rhythm skating, I began the history of rhythm skating with Bill Butler going down to Empire. But I made a crucial mistake that I didn't even realize at the time. First, it's just like, I'm tripping. First, I gave out 2 origin stories for rhythm skating. If Bill Butler learns how to skate and then he moves to New York to skate and he brings the flavor that he had in Detroit, that means that there was skating for Bill Butler in Detroit. Additionally, I did the research on rhythm skating, made all of those videos about how it started, and then didn't even date check myself. They were rhythm skating inside of the Savoy Ballroom, and this is confirmed via picture. They were doing this in the late 30s. Bill Butler was like growing up. There were people roller skating like they were Lindy hopping while Bill Butler was still a child. So the spirit of rhythm skating had to have come before that. So rhythm skating is what happens when you give people with their own music style and their own dance style a pair of skates. They gonna come out with a funny leg movement that the people in their neighborhood think is cool. Basically. So let's check out some of that. First rhythm skating clips coming from Snap City. Okay. Okay. This is a snap clip where we have a skater with their partner. This kid is so smooth. And I know this is an adult night. How did he get in there? How did either one of them get in there? Because they clean. When you clean enough to come to adult night as a child, that's how you know you made it in the rhythm skating game. Awesome. Let's check out some California roller skating. California skaters. Known for having a smooth, mellow bop. Because their wheels are so slick, they've developed footwork to allow them to move and turn without sliding out. And then other times, they take advantage of this slide.
Is it the shoes? No, boss.
Gotta keep it smooth. Hey. Oh, she got her wheels grounded down too. We gotta watch that one more time. Just keeping her feet nice and close to the ground. Boom. Very controlled pushes off of the ground, because when you're using wheels that slick, if you push off too fast and you're not transferring that weight, it is over. Oh. Like that right there. On a pair of the sliders, that could be your knees. Man, look at them joints, man. Where did she get these? Did she walk into Stacey Adams herself? That's dedication, dog. I gotta sign into my other one. Let's look at a little bit of JB skating. Let's look at another JB skating clip. I chose this one. And I promised myself that I was going to watch a skating clip that I usually don't watch with people. Oh. Check out that tight footwork. The turns. He's picking his legs up much farther than the California skater. Additionally, looking at the size of his wheels gives him an opportunity to move on his toes different as well. Boom. That'd be crazy on a pair of sliders. Ho, ho, ho. Hey, on that thing. So JB skaters are moving at a speed that looks good, but they're not completely speed skating. Some people be straight flying though, but hey, whoo! I gotta look at that last part one more time. Hey, hit her with the double spin. Hit her with the Tic tac, patty whack, give a dog a dip. Double spin, hit him with the ground in the tip. ATL skating. ATL style. This boy smooth. This kid is smooth. So the thing about ATL skating, the ATL style was made to Southern gangster rap. So the music is slower. Most roller skating music doesn't have a BPM of 85 to 90 BPM. It's usually around like 100 to 120. Oh, this kid's smooth. So the ATL style is known for having different movements that are repeated and then having different calls or pieces of choreography that skaters do at the turn. This routine is known as riding, and then they have the different calls that they do while they're riding. Back in my day, all we ever did was the double step. Not the double step. I'm gonna see what they call it. How did we do it? Let me see if they do it. We did a drag here. We'd step over and we did a drag here. Back in my day, we only had one riding routine. Everybody did the same riding routine. We never switched it. I promise you there was only one. It was just this the whole time. I remember the first time I saw some people do this. No, it wasn't this. I think we made that one up. Avoided people. I saw that sometimes. We didn't do the hezzy like coordinated. It wasn't three people in a line hezzy. You might hezzy by yourself. It was none of this teamwork stuff. Let's check out some Detroit style. Now these skates are smooth. Ooh, slide and split. Okay. Oh, they not done yet. Look at how many people at this party. This is rolling in the Carolinas, the biggest skate party. See, he yelling out Tampa. They got routines though. Look at that push. So Detroit style skaters skate with high cut boots, small hard sliding wheels, and toe stops to help put it all together. Inside of Detroit style, you have your partner skate, your spins, your slides, your footwork. We got all that. That is just so clean. No. I'm just watching it and enjoying the clips. Give it to me, baby. Ooh. I wonder how much they practice. They be at the rink doing this like all night. This is the real friendships. So, let's learn a little bit about New York style. For New York style, there is only one video to watch for New York style. They're so tight and coordinated in this video. I'm confident that they're going to skate in the middle of the frame the whole time. Notice how small this room is. Nope. There's a lot of movement. Turns. Oh, let's get the music on. Check out the coordination on this train. And notice how much maneuverability and flexibility you need to be able to skate and turn this quickly. So imagine you're in a room and everybody is swinging their train and doing different maneuvers like them.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Wow, they just switched the leaders that easily. Disperse into the group matrix. Everybody has one. I never thought about hitting that in a larger circle. That's a cool thing to pick up. Then they come right back on the train. This is New York. Rhythmic. Whoa. Did y'all see that? Let's come back.
Is it the shoes? No, boss.
So they come around on the train, turn, they're gonna keep on going. Turn back into their outside edge, swerve, sweep back around, shuffle from left to right, and then come back and get back on the train. Nice dramatic break. Check out that hitch. Ring so small, they barely had room to hit. They barely had room to hit that. The ring's so small, they barely had room to hit that. New York. Now fast backwards. Fast backwards. Sounds just like what I said. Skating backwards fast with a quick scissors motion. I think this is the best angle to experience fast backwards from, because it helps you feel the anxiety and fear of skating fast backwards with all of these people at the same time. If you're not used to skating backwards fast, it can be terrifying. Let's check out another fast backwards clip. Notice how their fast backwards a little bit different. They're still doing the scissors, but on the outside, they're stepping. Boom. Boom. Excuse me. Ooh. Oh, she just pushed that girl off the outside. Hey, yo. And she looking like, yeah, and I'll push her again. Oh, so she the fast backwards stepper in the bunch. The fast backwards enforcer. Oh, they about to knock another line down. She said this is advanced fast backwards. Do they address it in the comments? She not paying attention. We got to see if they address this in the comments. For everyone saying it was mean for her to push the girl out the way. Here's the backstory. I need to make sure y'all see this. For everyone saying it was mean for her to push the girl out the way. Here's the backstory. The DJ actually warned everyone twice. It said GD in that little sequence, LOL, from the original audio. He told everyone to stay off the outside during Tri-State roll call if you're not from Tri-State. Don't know what you're doing or skating slow. All she had to do was listen to the DJ and move a little further inside. For anyone new to roll calls, there. THEIR. There. Basically a showcase during the party where we clear the floor and give each different styles regions 10 minutes to show the best skaters in that region. It is not an all skate. Anyone is allowed to go and try it, but you respect the style and where they skate on the floor if you're not at that skill level yet, because it becomes dangerous for everyone. I want to post this to the boss too easy. Was she right for pushing that skater? Does roll call give you the right of way to push people on their skates? That one, the one in the vest is rage skating. She is definitely rage skating. I felt like, especially when she switched from this front spot to the back spot, that was her saying that I am the biggest backward skating stepper in here. This other woman is slow. She's going to skate pretty and do moves. I'm here to skate fast and backwards. The first lady said, ain't nobody getting in our way next time. Let me be last. I'm in these comments to be messy. Amazon bully. That push was uncalled for. I hope the girl she pushed was okay. People are there to have fun, not be harmed. Let's see if I know Skate Visuals responded. This has to be him. Nope. You clearly don't skate. There's rules of respect to this. Definitely do a roll call. Hey, yo, man. It's skating, not jail, dog. I don't know why I liked it. It's skating, not jail, dog. I don't think it's ever this serious. This should have been done to Move B by Ludacris. And it should have just been that clip. When I redo this, I'm going to put that on there. One of my all-time greatest. Nope. I accidentally. Nope. Girl, you can't do nothing but skating backwards. Knock it off with all that aggression. Ooh, that was wild. Girl, you ain't doing nothing but skating backwards. I was waiting for the backward skate. See homegirl's face like, dang, you almost messed me up. This is more intermediate backwards. Hey, man, advanced might be wild if we pushing people down on intermediate. Don't push nobody. She didn't see y'all coming. She was looking back just like y'all. Distasteful behavior. She was looking back where she was skating. That is wild. You're skating backwards. Somebody skates in front of you. And she was on the front of the line too. She didn't even have to push her like that. She could have skated around her if she saw her. Now, see, all the way until the technical foul they're doing. Okay, referee, call it. It's a flagrant. So flagrant foul, flagrant foul. Facts. Fast backwards. Slow walk. I don't have any slow walk. Y'all can imagine that. So on the other side of that, we have the Shuffle Skating Gang. Flippers NYC. So for the TikTok video, they're using the same Rexing shuffle skate toe jam bass, and now they're adding in their own choreography. Oh, get the swipes and the moves. I love this caption. Roller skating is the world's best hobby. So let's look at some jam skating tricks. That was actually the last thing I had. Wow. Let's check out D Skate's video about different jam skating vocabulary.
What's up, skate fam? Welcome to D Skates. In this episode, we're going to do a quick rundown of the always popular line skating move known as trucking. Before we get started, make sure you're smashing the like button. It helps more people see.
This is going to give us a good idea of what people are generally doing on skates, or on jam skates. These are some nice jam skates.
But I've seen people do it in inline skates and make it look good. So I say just have fun with it no matter what. I see this basic move everywhere I skate across the US, and honestly I'm not sure where it originated, but I do know that I started skating in 1988, and ever since I can remember it was popular. So no doubt it predates my time, and it's probably known by many names.
So check out what he just said.
In the 90s, I heard the move.
This is a great statement. Back in 1988, this is what we was rocking with. It's been popular the whole time.
Popular. So no doubt it predates my time, and it's probably known by many names. In the 90s, I heard the move referred to as jam skating, before the term encompassed an entire style like it does today. There's also technically no right
talk
or
that
wrong
talk,
way to
D
do it.
Skates.
So
talk
after
that
this
talk.
Tutorial, feel free to take the technique I apply here and run with it. Do your own thing. The cool thing about trucking is that it's a foundational move, and it can be easily built on with other moves to create a fun rhythm freestyle experience. But today, we're just going to focus on the basic move itself. 2 prerequisites for this move are: 1, you need to be pretty comfortable with the move known as lemon or watermelon. This will help you become more effective at pushing your feet in and out while
These
they
are known
both
as roller
stay
skating
on the
scissors.
ground. And 2, you have to be able to comfortably do a crossover when turning. It's just part of it. The technique in this move is actually very simple. You're going to start out rolling forward with both feet side by side, about shoulder width apart. Then slide one foot behind the other. Keep the front foot flat,
slide
all 4
one foot
wheels down,
behind the
and
other.
come up onto the toe.
I see why this video
with-
is popular. This is a really good video. So in my head, I thought he was going to break down like all of the jam skating moves, but this is just trucking. We can pretty much get the idea trucking. Okay. Oh, this is a good video topic. So you got the endless 80s. I just seen a couple people with the endless on. Anyway. Closing statements. The future is MMA. Roller skating versus rhythm skating has changed over the last 5 years. With the influx of new skaters and the additional changes that social media has made to roller skating culture, what people are using is changing every day. To be honest, I hit a point in 2020 where I started looking towards the newer generation of roller skating for what roller skating was going to be. When I got real about the numbers, the amount of money in people that came into roller skating during 2020 is kind of enough to say that roller skating was dead. Because if a group of people can come in and they offer an amount of money, let me say this again. The people that came into roller skating in 2020, they're like the Caitlin Clark of roller skating. That demographic of roller skating is the Caitlin Clark of roller skating. Roller skating did exist before Caitlin Clark, but when Caitlin Clark got into roller skating, she brought eyes from the entire world and she spent money that skaters were not spending before. This drove up the amount of money in roller skating and created demand in roller skating. So much demand that the old guard of roller skating and much of the knowledge that people were carrying inside of roller skating became obsolete. The new skaters are not attached to the older history. They're not attached to the rhythm skating styles, and they're likely to be lifestyle skaters dabbling in the most palpable moves. What we get is, it's a little bit like MMA. Back in the day, you could just grab or you could just strike. Now you need a strike throw game and you have to be able to go in between them. That was a terrible analogy. It's not like MMA. It has nothing to do with the UFC. Forget that. Now it's a little bit like MMA in the sense that it is mixed martial arts. It's mixed roller skating. Inside of this mixed roller skating, the deep terminology inside of each roller skating style doesn't come into the public knowledge. Because, most people that are jam skating don't know what snapping is. Most people that are seeing roller skating on the internet aren't going to watch a JB video and say, hey, yo, I'm going to start doing that. So when you factor in that these new skaters are also spending more money than the older skaters too, it becomes untenable to keep using the same terms, philosophies, and methods that we were using before somebody came in with the money. So inside of all of that, the definition of jam skating and rhythm skating, it really doesn't matter. When we went to the Culture Roll site, we noticed that it's called Culture Roll. It's not called a rhythm skating competition. The only place that rhythm skating is used is on websites to sell skates. But jam skating has been adopted and now is becoming used in the common vocabulary. Since it's being used in the common vocabulary and the newer people who are using it don't understand the history of it, a lot of the things that are attached to what jam skating is and what rhythm skating is don't matter. Because these new skaters don't even understand that. I'm not gonna say they don't understand it. That's a little bit that's not saying the whole thing. These new skaters aren't growing up in a culture where they are likely going to see the breadth of roller skating. It's, if you think about it, a lot of people don't live next to the major cities inside of the United States. In fact, most of the United States isn't. Even as a ardent skater and a person that makes money roller skating, I actually make money. If I went to a skating event, there's a chance that I could make money on Google AdSense. And I still don't travel. So why would it's difficult to expect somebody that is not inside of the culture to adopt the culture and then start practicing it to the level where they're traveling to roller skating parties. Additionally, adult night roller skating parties are, as we've seen in the video, they're high pressure social situations. You could get pushed down or hurt. So it's like I'm a little bit on a tangent with that one. I'm trying to land this plane and I'm flying all over the field. So at the end of the day, in the modern age, there's like a drip feed of the deeper skating knowledge coming from rhythm skating, with all of the skate nerds and the nerdettes that take it super seriously and only roller skate with their whole lives. And then there's the general audience that's consuming jam skating. And even when we look across the pond and at roller skating movements in different continents, jam skating becomes the name that people adopt. Well, anyway, Boss Tweezy, that's been my whole streezy. Rhythm skating versus jam skating. I'm coming out with the remaster soon. I'm going to take the clips from this video. I'm going to see what I got and I'm going to see what I need to add. And I'm going to shoot it this weekend so I can get it out to everybody. Thanks to everybody that came out on this random Monday. And I hope y'all have a good night.